All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of New Earth Teachings webcast for this Friday. Happy to be with you all today. A special announcement is next Friday, we're going to be doing the empathic interfacing live. So that is going to be coming back. And I'll put the banner on there. There we go. So you can join us next Friday, empathic interfacing live. Again, I'll be connecting with Athena of the Delphi Inner Earth Civilization. I was kind of getting a bit of a ring from her last night because she does have some things to share with us next week. And of course, Rayar is going to be coming in for another light language transmission next week as well too. So that is next Friday, starting at 11 a.m. Pacific. So I'm looking forward to connecting with Athena, and she will take your questions as well too. And that'll be happening next week. All right, and some other announcements is the Healing Code Shop. HealingCodeShop.com is now online, so there's a 15% discount on all items, and this is till about August 12th, I believe. So again, feel free to go to HealingCodeShop.com. There's a lot of items there, a lot of t-shirts, a lot of clothing items, accessories as well too, iPhone cases, smartphone cases as well. It's doing really, really well. I'm really amazed. I've actually just ordered quite a few things myself on HealingCodeShop.com. So it's really taking off very, very well. So if you have not checked it out yet, healingcodeshop.com. And again, it's the exact same technology as the Healing Code cards, just in t-shirt form. It's kind of like a well-rounded command codes that are contained inside the shirts. And I know when I've worn them, they have been making a big difference. Even if I go to the gym, I use the strengthener theme, and it works really good. You can feel a lot of vitality flowing through you. The Rejuvenator theme was actually helping to, after the gym, the Rejuvenator theme really helps to soothe the muscles in that way. The Detoxifier theme as well too is clearing out a lot of the debris in the body. And of course there's a Charger theme, which can be used for food and water and helping to clear it out, clearing out EMF and ELF from your phone as well too with the phone cases. So again, a lot of great stuff here on healingcodeshop.com. So go ahead and grab it. Again, 15% off on all items right now. And of course, the healingcodecards.com. You can again get them on amazon.ca, amazon.com. And again, for those of you who are international, you can get it through the website. And also go for the digital edition because then you get it right away. And all you have to do is just have some photo paper with you. So if you have 4x6 photo paper, you can start printing out each of the cards individually with the digital edition, both in English and Spanish. So again, you can check out healingcodecards.com, go to Amazon, and you'll find them there also. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with today's webcast. Again, thank you everybody for being here. So we're going to have questions here later on. We're going to start off, of course, with healing requests. But the first thing we're going to do is a guided meditation. And then we'll be moving on to healing requests. And then we'll be going on into Q&A if you have questions for myself or for Adronis. Okay, so let's get ourselves nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable. Hello everybody on the chat, great to have you here. So just get yourself nice and comfortable now, and just placing your hands upon the center of your chest. And let's just start off by taking 3 deep breaths. A deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath in, deep breath out. And one more time, deep breath in. And exhale. And just relaxing and breathing normally. And I want you just to take this moment now just to scan your body from the top of your head, going all the way down to the bottom of your feet, and just feeling if there's any tension, if there's any stress, if there's any discomfort. You're just being made aware of this, all right? So you're just feeling your body out, because we are going to be clearing out all of that debris here momentarily. And now I just want you to bring your focus and awareness down to the base of your spine. And I want you to feel these black etheric roots coming out of the base of the spine and flowing down the legs. Going down the legs, down the ankles, all the way down to the bottom of the feet, and feeling your feet chakra opening up, and feeling the black etheric roots going deeply into the earth. And as you go deeper and deeper into the earth, you're feeling a deeper connection with the earth. You're feeling her presence. You're feeling her connection. You're feeling her consciousness. So take those deep roots and just go as deeply into the earth as you can. I would encourage just going right to the heart of the earth, right to her center. And as you connect directly into the heart of the earth, again, through the scan that you just made, relating to any tension, any stress, any discomfort, feeling that as black liquid, again, starting from the top of your head, and just flowing that black liquid down, connecting it to the base of your spine, and feeling it going out through the etheric roots, going out to the feet, and traveling down those etheric roots, and bringing all of that energy into the center of the earth, with the intention that Mother Earth will purify all of that energy for you, as she will. And just letting all of that go, letting it into the earth, letting the earth take care of it. It's what she does best. All right, and now we're going to feel all of that energy coming up from the earth. So if you're already at the core of the earth, we're just moving ourselves up a little bit more, going up into the mantle, going up into the crust. And now we're feeling that brown earth energy moving up through the black etheric roots. And it's now coming up through our feet, now coming up through our ankles, moving up through our legs, and connecting with the base of the spine. This beautiful brown energy of the earth, anchoring and rooting us directly to her. And as we connect all of that energy, we will work with our chakra centers, starting off firstly with the root chakra, colored red, like an apple red. Okay, and now just feeling that chakra center within your mind, that color. And now you're just going to start swirling it counterclockwise a total of 7 times with the red color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Moving up now into the navel chakra, colored orange, like an orange peel. Okay, 7 times counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Moving up now into the solar plexus chakra, lemon yellow. Okay, counterclockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Moving up now to the heart, green, like grass. Okay, counterclockwise, 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Moving up now into the throat, aquamarine, or the color of the sky. Counterclockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Moving up now into the third eye chakra, ocean blue. Counterclockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finally, moving up to the crown chakra, violet in color. Counterclockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so now focusing your energy down to the abdomen and taking a deep breath in and bringing that breath all the way up into the top of the crown chakra. Feeling the crown chakra open up as you exhale softly, letting all that rainbow color of energy cascading down the body like a fountain, going all the way down to the bottom of the feet and connecting directly into the perineum. As it connects into the perineum, you're feeling the toroidal field now starting to expand from your center. Top of the head, bottom of the feet touches the edges of the toroidal field. And now we're seeing the toroidal field very slowly starting to rotate in a counterclockwise direction. And now you are feeling spirit light, white spirit light coming into the toroidal field, filling the entire grid of the toroidal field. And this is God's spirit light contained within your field. And now you can call upon it, and you can feel like your hands are now glowing with this white radiance of spirit light. And again, you're just taking a look at your body. If your body feels good, great. Just if you're feeling that your body is feeling great after the purge from working with the earth, then just get the spirit light to shroud you. So it's like it's connecting to your vitality field, and it's just working on bringing rejuvenation, bringing purification and perfection to you entirely. When you notice that your vitality field is shrouded with the spirit light, you can now focus on an intention, and spirit light is going to do it for you. All right. So again, I've talked a lot about the divine youth body in that way. Okay. You can focus on that as well too. You can focus on the divine youth body, and that spirit light connected to your vitality field is going to work on that. All right. So that's just one idea. And if you feel that there's any other stiffness or soreness, again, you can feel the hands turning into white spirit light, and you're just clearing that all away. All right. Just brushing it all away, rubbing it all away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just shaking out your hands, clearing out any debris that's there. Okay? So that's just a recommendation, should you want to do that. Okay, so let's take another deep breath in. Deep breath out. Spirit light is with you, so again, feel free to work with spirit light in any way that you choose. All right, so we're going to go ahead now and share any questions. If you guys have any healing requests for yourself or for others, you can feel free to put it into the live chat. There will be distance healing provided. And then after the healing requests, we'll be going on into questions altogether. So I'm now looking at the live chat. There's just a lot of hellos and good mornings and hi everybody, welcome, love to you. Crystal Princess says she printed out 2. Oh, the healing cards this morning. Very good. Glad to hear it. And that's a good thing to do. Make sure you print if you have the digital version of the healing code cards. Get some photo paper. Like I said, just 4" by 6" is all you need. And make sure that your printer is set to the good quality. Make sure you're not creating black and white prints. Okay, so when you're printing out the healing code cards, make sure they're of great quality in color. Okay, and you want photo because photo paper captures the quality the best, more than any other kind of paper. Okay. All right. So Azita has a healing request here. Hi, Brad. Can I please have healing for remelanation of I don't think I can pronounce that. I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that before. Healing for remyelination of myelin sheaths of nerves for my daughter. Well, that's quite a mouthful, Azita. Okay. So let me regather myself. How about we just work together with your daughter's nerves? Okay, your daughter's nervous system. That will help. Right, we don't need to go so much into the niche of the nerves themselves. We can just go right into the nerves, okay? And Spirit knows exactly what to do. So that is, man, you scientists, I don't know where you get these names from. Good God almighty. All right, myelin sheaths of nerves. Okay, all right. So yes, Azita, we can certainly work on that. We're just going to work on her nervous system. We'll work on the nerves altogether. Okay, so go right into wholeness rather than the niche. So Azita, again, as we always do, when there's a request for somebody else, you are going to be the medium. And that's the same thing with anybody else. If they have healing requests for another person, you will function as the medium, the bridge for that person, as your love energy with them is very strong. So Azita, right now, I'd just like you to go into your mind, okay? And whether your daughter's with you or not doesn't matter. Okay, I just want you to see a hologram of her within your mind. Okay, and I just want you to feel like she's just laying down in bed, on a bed with you. Okay, and you're just placing your hands upon the center of her chest. Okay, as you place your hands upon the center of your chest, you're just asking her higher self if it is all right that you can proceed with this healing. Okay, and we'll just continue to proceed as if the answer is yes. So through your hands, you're seeing the black etheric roots coming out. And again, going deeply into the body. And we're just feeling those black etheric roots wrapping around the nerves of her entire body. Okay, so the entire nervous system and her nerves are being wrapped around with your black etheric roots. Okay. So now I just want you to go deep into the nerves and just seeing any particular form of black liquid that you may feel there for your daughter. Okay. And just feeling like the black etheric roots are now just capturing that black liquid and bring it directly into your hands. Okay, so you're just doing a full sweep of her body from head to toe with the nerves. Okay, and if you feel any black liquid there, you're just putting it directly into your hands. Okay, so I'll give you a moment to do that now. Okay, So Azita, now that you have done that, with the black liquid energy contained in your hands, I will go ahead and connect with Spirit, and we will clear that out for your daughter. I don't think I got your daughter's name, so I'll just refer to her as Azita's daughter. Okay. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid dense energy contained within Azita's hands from her daughter's nervous system and nerves, lifting all of that black liquid energy out of her hands, all of the remnants of the black liquid energy out of her daughter's body, lifting all of that up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality, allowing pure forgiveness, energy, and perfection to bring it back into complete and total transmutation, and allowing pure, loving spirit light to enter her body, bringing it into a state of pure vitality, pure essence of health and wellness, and bringing it back into also a pure state of perfection. Apply. Okay, so Azita, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, it is done. So, all the blessings to your daughter. Thank you so much. Again, you've given me a new medical term to look at because I have not heard of that before. So, it's very, very good. Thank you, Azita, for your request. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry I'm not able to pronounce this person's name. I think it's, okay. I don't think I'm going to try. Yeah, so I gotta find out what I could call you. Send love and healing to my throat for it to recover and not clog food in. Clog food in. Okay, interesting. All right. I just don't really know what to call you because I cannot pronounce your name. So what I'd like you to do, for this person who sent this question, can you send me an email? All right. I just want to see if maybe you have an English equivalent name that I can call you. Drop me an email, and what I'll do is I'll send you a personal distance healing for this because I don't really know what to call you right now. So again, for the person that sent the send love and healing to my throat, for it is recover and not clogged food in. If you can give me first a little bit more information on that, and secondly, just send me an email. Okay, info@newearthteachings.org with an English equivalent name that you have, and I'll be happy to work on you with that. Okay, so that would be my suggestion for that. Okay, so, okay, this one is from Anissa. Anissa says, hi, I would like to ask for a healing request for a migraine for myself. Okay, so a migraine request. All right, so we can certainly work on that. So Anissa, just go ahead now, place your hands upon the center of your chest, just as before. As I mentioned with Azita, we're just seeing the etheric roots coming out through the hands. Okay. Feeling the etheric roots wrapping around the entire area of the brain, okay? And as you feel those etheric roots wrapping around the brain, just being aware of any black liquid that you feel represents the migraine itself, whether it's at the front of the head, side of the head, back of the head, top of the head, etc., okay? And again, you are just giving love and compassionate energy, and you're giving apologetic energy to the brain, okay? So you're saying, brain, I apologize for neglecting you and having these migraines happen within the brain. I ask for your forgiveness, and I ask for your assistance as we clear out these migraines together. Okay? So again, migraine has to do with overstressed, very, very overstressed, very overstimulated. There's a lot of toxins in the body as well too, right? So we want to make sure we're taking good care of ourselves physically, emotionally, mentally. Okay? If we get mental burnout, this is quite common when we get migraines or headaches. All right? So please make sure, Anissa, you're working with your body. Right? Your body is going to cooperate with you. Body will work with you, but just make sure you're including it and letting it work together with you. Body can do amazing things just by itself. All right? So again, with all of those black roots connected to the brain, and again, saying that apologetic energy, the body goes into a state of forgiveness and now starts to work with you. So all of that black liquid is now coming into the roots and coming directly into your hands. Okay? So I'll give you a moment as you bring that black liquid energy directly into your hands now. Okay. So Anissa, I will go ahead now and connect with your energy, and we will connect with Spirit, and we'll work on clearing that out for you. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid, dense energy contained within the hands of Anissa, lifting all of that black liquid energy out of her body from the migraine, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality, and allowing pure, loving, Spirit light to come directly into the brain of Anissa, helping to completely alleviate and dissolve the migraine entirely for her. Apply. Okay. So Anissa, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay. So guys, remember, BCR technique is really, really good for any particular forms of physical discomforts, okay? Like I said, I cannot emphasize that enough. The BCR and TC technique all in one video is the most important video on my channel. If you guys have not checked it out yet, please check it out. If you've already checked it out and you know what it's all about, but you don't want to do it, well, then I don't know what to tell you. Right? It's very, very good. You're putting all this love energy directly into yourself, and when you have that pure love energy flowing through you, you are talking to your love energy like it's a servant. You got a migraine, it'll clear it out for you, right? This again, guys, is you want to get into the habit of self-healing. It's great when a person comes along and they can guide you and they can help you with clearing out certain things, and that's fine. But if we're constantly doing that, right, we're basically taking the power away from ourselves, and we're feeling that somebody else has the answer, okay? So we want to make sure that we are giving ourselves time to do a lot of this self-healing work, right? It's all part of the process, guys. You're the answer to everything. So just remember that, okay? Thank you again, Anissa. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so Nan here says that she has a healing request for her grandson, Skylar, regarding depression. Well, I'm not really here to take that depression away from him, Nan, okay? He has to basically come to me because depression goes into core issues, okay? It goes into core traumas. It goes into heaviness in that way. So he would need to talk to me, okay? That's a core issue. Now, depression is caused because you are defeated. You are defeated because you're unwilling to change. You feel that you have gone a certain path, the path doesn't work, and what's happened is you've given up, right? There's somebody who's neglecting you, somebody who's rejecting you, somebody who's maybe hurt you, and you feel you don't have the strength to continue walking that particular path because you don't feel that that path is going to work out. And you're right. That path is not going to work out. You've got to be willing to change, okay? So depression is a side effect of the unwillingness to change, but it is a deep core issue, right? So then I would need to talk to him, okay? So if he's willing to talk to me, then you can get him to go to my website or just drop me an email, info@newearthteachings.org, okay? But what I would like you to do now is the spirit energy that you have around you right now, I would like you just to place it upon him, okay? You have very, very dear love for him, for your grandson, and I want you just to put a lot of that love energy around him, okay? And what I recommend for everybody else here as well, too, because I'm going to do it as well, is let's just put love around him, okay? Around your grandson. Just feel that spirit light, feel that ray of your love that is penetrating him and just giving him a lot of love, okay? So I'm going to do that for him right now. Okay, and blessings to him. All right. And like I said, we're all here to help each other. We're all here to help one another. So again, for any love and compassion that you guys can send to anybody here that you see on your live chat, whether it's me just talking with Nan's grandson right now, or anybody else, right? It's all of us coming together. Brad does not have all the answers. Brad's not a super healer that can do everything that you guys can't. It's not about that. It's not even me doing the healing. It's spirit, right? It's God that's doing the healing. So God knows everything. When you become a vessel for God, then you become that receptacle to sharing this incredible information and doing this incredible work. I said, that's all Jesus really did. It wasn't his own human healing that was happening. He was working with God, right? He was bestowed this energy as a Christ and was able to bring all of that forward to bring instantaneous healing to others, okay? That's all through God. So the same thing again with us. Like I said, you have spirit light around the toroidal field right now. So please put it to use. Work with people, okay? The more that we come together, all of us, the more that we're going to help to heal the entire planet, all right? And that's through all of us to do, not through a few. All right. So again, thank you, Nan. So again, please get him to contact me, info@newearthteachings.org, or you can go to the website, newearthteachings.com, okay? All right. Here's a request here from Madeline. Request healing for breast cancer. Okay. So yes, we can go ahead and we can clear that out. I won't get too much into the food aspect or the alkaline aspect because that is pretty common knowledge, but we are just going to work purely just with the idea of consciousness, of spirituality here, and of working with God, okay? So Madeline, right now I just want you to place your hand upon the center of your chest. Excuse me, guys, I got a bit of hiccups. So placing your hands upon the center of the chest, feeling the black roots coming out through your hands and wrapping around the specific breast that has the cancer in it, okay? And so, Madeline, right now, I just want you to take a moment. I want you to really concentrate, okay, on the area of the breast where you feel the cancer is. And I want you to place those etheric roots all around that particular area, okay? And you are telling those roots, connect specifically to the cancer. Connect specifically to the thriving areas of cancer that are in that area of the breast, okay? So this is where your concentration comes in, right? I really need you to focus here. Okay, so I'll give you a moment to do that. And now I want you to give an apology to your body, okay? I apologize to my body for being neglectful, to allowing this cancer to come together, because it's a mixture of different things. It's a mixture of our emotions. It's a mixture of our mentality. It's a mixture of not being able to take care of the body properly. It's a mixture of environmental situations, etc. Okay, so we're just giving an overall humble apology to our body, okay? And the more sincere that you make that apology, the greater your body is going to work with you to clear all this out, okay? So once you give that apologetic energy there, body is now ready to work with you, okay? So now with all of that black etheric roots wrapped around that cancerous area, I want you to see all of that cancerous area as black liquid, okay? All of that black liquid now is transferring out of the breast, and it's coming directly into your hands. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a few moments as you now transfer all of that cancerous black liquid energy directly into your hands. Okay, so Madeline, now that you have gone ahead and done that, I will now go ahead and connect with Spirit. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, purge, and evacuate entirely all signs of any cancer contained within Madeleine's body, all black liquid cancer energy contained within Madeleine's hands, lifting all of that energy up out of her body, putting up into source consciousness to be 100% purified and forgiven in totality, and allowing pure, loving vitality energy from Spirit, from God, to enter directly into Madeleine's body and filling the void to where these areas of injury, these areas of contamination were, and now filling them with that pure, loving vitality energy from Spirit. Apply. Okay, Madeline, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, get some rest. Let me know how you're feeling after a while. All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's move on now. So Stephanie here has a healing request about a blockage in her heart. Can we try and unblock what is clocking it up, whether it be emotional or physical? We certainly can. If you're not too sure, then we can work on it all together. Okay, but like I said, if it's a core issue, that's something where we need to talk a little bit more about it. But if it is something on the surface, we can see if we can clear that out now, okay? So Stephanie, same thing, all right? Hands upon the center of the chest. And after this one is done, then I'm going to do a group healing for everybody, and then we're going to move on to Q&A, okay? So if you guys have Q&A ready for myself or Adronis, then you can get that prepared. All right. So Stephanie, again, now just feeling black etheric roots coming out through the hands and going directly into the heart. Okay. So you're saying you're not too sure if it's something physical or something emotional. That's okay. Right. I just want you to wrap all of those black etheric roots around the heart. Okay, and you're just basically going right into the core of the heart, right into its inside. Okay, and you're just wrapping it all around through the outside so that every inch of your heart is covered with this black etheric root. Okay. And so now you are going to apologize. You're going to apologize to your heart. All right, I apologize to my heart for anything physical that I've been neglecting, for anything emotional that I have been neglecting, and I ask for my heart's forgiveness and for my heart's assistance so that this can be completely cleared from the heart and bring complete and total healing rejuvenation back to the heart. Okay? So again, that is a moment where you guys need to be very, very tender, right? And be very, very humble to your body. It's like, oh, Brad, I don't need to forgive my body. Well, then you're not going to have a relinquishing of healing take effect, right? You need to understand that your body is a living thing, right? You want to take care of it. It's a gift from God. Okay, it's the most sophisticated vehicle instrument that has ever been created. It's alive and it talks to you, right? And you can talk to it. And so you're taking good care of your body. This body is your responsibility. Take good care of it, okay? So again, now that we have put all of that black etheric roots into the heart, you've given that apologetic energy. Now the heart is very forgiving. We will now go ahead and work with it. So now I just want you to look at any black liquid contained within the heart. Again, it may be a mixture of anything physical or mental or emotional. Okay, it doesn't matter. We're just putting all of that energy in to our hands. And like I said, all we're really doing here is just working on the surface. Okay, and we're putting all of that black liquid into our hands. And I'll give you a moment to do that now. Okay, and I will go ahead now, Stephanie, and connect with Spirit. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid dense energy contained within the hands of Stephanie from her heart, lifting all of that energy up out of her body, putting up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven in totality, and allowing pure loving spirit vitality energy to enter her heart, helping to bring alleviation and rejuvenation into areas of her heart that require it the most. Apply. Okay, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, so Stephanie, if you're doing a lot more investigation, you're noticing that this may be something regarding a trauma, you can feel free to contact me. Okay, go to info@newearthteachings.org or go to my website, newearthteachings.com, and you can contact me there as well too, and we can set up a session. Okay, thank you, Stephanie. All right, guys, thank you for your healing request. We're now going to go ahead and do a group healing request right now. So this is for everybody that's tuning in either live or through recording right now. So I want you just to choose one specific area of your body that you feel you may need to work on, okay? So again, just take a moment. Like if you've already done the scan, you may already be aware of that. Again, just taking a moment and feeling maybe there is something I still need to look into a little bit more deeper. And all I want you to do is I want you just to hold that focus into your mind, okay? You're just holding that focus of that area of the body that you feel requires healing. All right, so now you're just going to take your hands, place it upon the center of your chest, and feeling black etheric roots coming out through the hands and connecting to that specific area of the body. And you're wrapping the etheric roots around that specific area of the body. And now you're going to be apologetic to the body. So do you see the step-by-step things that we're doing here? Because this is something you can do in your own free time. Okay. Step number 1, we scan. Okay. We scan our body for the appropriate area that we feel requires healing attention. Okay. Step number 2, after we scan, we use the etheric roots with our hands, putting them there. And we wrap those roots around that specific area. After we have done that, step number 3, we are apologetic. Okay. Humble apology to the body. I apologize to my body for being neglectful regarding this condition. I ask for my body's forgiveness as well as its assistance to help clearing this out completely. Okay, very simple affirmation. Once we have done that, the body is now forgiving. It will now give up a lot of that black liquid. We're putting that black liquid into our hands. Okay, so that's what we're doing next after the apology. Okay, so putting all of that black liquid into your hands and just feeling your hands getting filled up with that black liquid energy from the injury in that area of the body. Okay, and now we're going to go into our toroidal field and we're going to call upon spirits. Okay, so we're just calling upon the light. The light will do its own thing. Okay, so this is something that you guys are going to repeat after me. Okay, so this is a technique that you guys can do in your own time, and you're working with spirit light because we all have spirit light. We're all spirit. Okay, we're all children of God. All right, so now that we have placed our hands upon the center of our chest, we've put that black liquid energy directly into the center of our chest, and now we're going to do the repeat after me affirmation for spirit. Okay, so repeat after me. I command God's spirit light to completely evacuate, cancel out, and purge all of the black liquid debris contained within my hands from this area of my body. Having spirit send all of that black liquid debris up into source consciousness to be forgiven and purified in totality. And with Spirit's God light, placing love energy directly into my body, where this area of injury and discomfort exists. Apply. Okay? So you guys have the power to do this yourself. Okay? Like I said, spirit is not all-inclusive. Right? It's looking into everybody. Everybody has the ability here. You don't have to be a certain member. You don't have to have a certain merit badge. You don't have to have a certain card. Okay? It's available to everybody. You are spirit. Okay? So the more that you are working together with spirit on a daily basis, the more that this is going to work to vastly improve your health, your healing, right? This is again what I've demonstrated with the youth body. Okay? It's now been 30 days now. This is day number 30 of the youth body. I'm feeling great. I feel like I'm 21 years old again. Feels awesome. And people have been doing it with me as well too. Okay, this is the card for the Divine Youth Body. Okay, and again, there's a video where you can download this. That's all you do. 60 seconds on that, and that is a booster for bringing the Divine Youth Body into yourself, and you're also doing affirmations. But the most important thing is that you are being your youth body. You're seeing yourself constantly as 20 years old again, 19 years old again, 18 years old again, right? And you're living as that free, youthful being. The idea of old age is no longer in your mind. It is a old habit that you have completely canceled out and cleared. So you're no longer that old age body anymore. Okay, so the idea of oldness, all of that is gone, right? I'm focusing on my youth. I'm focusing on being young again, right? So I'm going to say I'm too young for this shit, right? Going back, and rather than saying OLD, I'm saying I'm too young for this. I'm too young for this. And everything is youth and young, etc., right? So as soon as you start doing that, you will notice the effects taking place, okay? Spirit is going to help you every step of the way with this. So again, it's all based upon your level of commitment. Again, I cannot stress this enough, guys. Reality is based upon your intention, your focus, your thoughts, your feelings. Make it happen, okay? It's all up to you. It's not up to somebody else. There's nobody else here but you, and God is within, all right? Okay, guys. So thank you for your questions. I'm sorry, for your requests. We're going to go on to questions now for Q&A. So if you guys do have some Q&A for myself or for Adronis, you can feel free to place it on the live chat here. Okay, here's one from, let me just go back up a bit. Okay, there's a couple more here. Okay, here's one here from Punk Tech SE. Question for Adronis: can God turn its back on you? Like when she is getting annoyed or something? Thank you. Well, I mean, I could answer this, but if you want Adronis to come in and answer it, I'll put it through for you. Okay. So let me go ahead and bring Adronis in, and he'll touch base on this question: can God get annoyed with you? Right? If he's annoyed, or if you're turning your back on it, is he going to get annoyed with you? All right. So that's the question. I'll bring Adronis in. Soul Star Adronis. We are here at this time. We bid you greetings and thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction. We thank you very much for your question. Can God get annoyed with you, get irritated with you if you turn your back on God? Well, before we go deeper into that understanding, we want to give a nature example for many of you, all right? We want you right now to imagine that you're on a beach and it's just you. It's between you and the sands and the ocean. Now, you are angry in this moment, and you are saying every particular type of curse word that you can imagine to the sea. Now, you have spent approximately 5 minutes saying all of these curses directly to the sea. Now, when you turn around and leave, does the ocean manifest a hand and smack you on the back of the head? Let's give you a second example. You are in the forest, a beautiful, lush, green forest, and again you're angry, and you're standing before the trees. And through this anger, again, for another 5 minutes, you spend cursing a blue streak, and you put all this energy towards the trees, getting angry at them, getting angry at life, getting angry at society, etc., etc. For 5 minutes straight, you do this. You take a deep breath. You turn back around. Now, does the tree extend a branch much longer than itself and smack you at the back of the head? No. So, the ocean does not manifest a hand and smack you at the back of the head. The tree does not extend a longer branch, much longer than itself, and smack you upon the head. So, if nature doesn't do this, what makes you think that God would? Has that ever occurred to you? Because nature is indeed God's creation. So, in order for you to truly understand just how loving God is, you are looking at something tangible to get a realization about how patient and how loving nature is altogether. You have a tangible example of that idea. So, you take that example and you magnify it an infinite amount of times. Now, since the ocean had such great patience and love for you and did not smack you at the back of the head, and a tree did not extend a large branch longer than itself and smack you at the back of the head, and you realize there is truly that love, there is that patience, there is that compassion, infinitely magnified, you have God. So, God has never smacked you at the back of the head. God has never cursed you. God has never yelled at you. God has never been wrathful with any of you. God does not align to suffering. But man does. And do you know why? Because it was man's invention to suffer. Man brought forward suffering into reality, not God. It was never in God's playbook, as you would say, relating to creation. Oh yeah, I'll just have my children suffer. No. That was man's own idea as a potentiality that they brought into existence. This universe houses everything. And through much in regards to what it houses, not just with your technology and through your devices, etc., but also other forms of polarities. Because the universe is, as you say, universal with the potentialities. Therefore, your own universal potentiality to suffer is what again grants the universe this capability of bringing that energy back upon you. So you have caused yourself to suffer. Many of you treat yourselves poorly. Many of you feel that you get into fights and that you get angry. Many of you curse each other. But God never has. Not once, not ever. Because God does not play with lack. Lack is not God's invention. It's man's. You understand that there are certain things in this universe that man himself, herself, has solely created, and suffering is one of them. The idea of being hurt, the idea of cursing, the idea of judgment. This is all man's creation. Has nothing to do with God whatsoever. That is man's own fallacy. That is man's own unnaturalness. That is the nature of an illusion where you're feeling unloved, where you feel like you're as tiny as an ant and you can't do anything. Whereas that has not been the way of how God created you. Man was created to command everything within this universe into being. Man is able to take God's energy and work with it to his or her heart's desire. Every step of the way. Because man, woman becomes God. And when you become God, you are now able to have this entire universe at your disposal. That's what you are meant for. Man was also not intended to die. That you would have eternal life within the physical body. And that as you continue to work together with the complement of eternity, with the complement of being, as Brad has stated, forever young, eternally youthful, that is all within your grasp. But you have gone backwards here. You have spent so much time putting so much energy in lack that has become the majority of your society. Because your lack has also allowed you to give power away to those people who are all about projecting lack. And you don't do anything about it. So, you yourselves as human beings judge, curse, put injury upon yourselves, suffer, and therefore go through mortal dilemmas. That's not God's thing. God is trying to tell you how eternal that you are. God is trying to tell you how much God loves every single one of you, more than you could ever possibly imagine. God has never punished you. God has never cursed you. God has never got angry with you. Because there's none of that within God. This universe could not be what it is with a God like that is so unbelievably temperamental and wishy-washy. The universe would implode upon itself with such an idea. It requires a perfect creator. And God is perfect. And truly, beyond all these fallacies that you have created, you're perfect as well. But you're the ones telling yourselves, I'm not perfect. I get judged. I get hurt. I get injured. You are constantly playing the victim rather than the idea of looking into your godliness, because man can be God. You can be God. And we've talked about this before. Why do you think we call you gods in training? We've been talking about that since the very beginning of our dialogues. You are gods in training. And the training part is getting out of all of the mortal affairs that truly have nothing to do with you in the grand scheme of things. It is the pettiness. It is the suffering. It is through all of this that you have put all of your energies into, and you sit in it and lay with it. Realizing, oh, this is all I am. I'm just a puny little human. You are not just a puny little human. You are the most powerful being that God has ever created. You are all gods. Isn't it so that Jesus told you this? You are gods. So, do you think Jesus was pulling your leg here? Do you think the ancient masters who says you have God within you is pulling your leg here? You are the ones that set yourselves back. Every single one of you. And it is you yourself and your responsibility to move past all of the suffering that you have placed upon yourself. Because it's your invention. It's not God's. So, the idea of God getting angry with you could never be, because that's a man-made perception. Anger is created by man. It is not created by God. All right? We thank you for this interaction. One moment, please, as we return to the conduit. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Adronis, and thank you, Punk Tech SE, for your question. All right. All right, let's move on to another question here. Okay, here's one from Michelle Gabe. Question: if I eat chicken, am I consuming a soul such as myself? No, you're not. All right. Now, the whole idea is that you cannot consume a soul. A soul is intangible, right? All you are doing is consuming that which is tangible. Now, the injury or any particular form about how that chicken's life was laid down remains within the body on a cellular level. But what you are doing, and this is what many people who do decide to eat meat, is that they're blessing their food. They are telling God to clear out any particular forms of duress or stress or harm that came to this animal. And may their soul return to God in peace, right? That's what I do when I've eaten meat, right? I'm always blessing that being, right? And yes, I have eaten meat, guys. I have had fish. I have had chicken. I don't really touch the heavy meats. But there's times, too, where I've been vegetarian for a while, and I've been vegan for a while, and then I go back to meat a little bit, and so on and so forth, right? But yeah, if you're consuming chicken, you don't have to worry about consuming its soul, okay? You cannot consume that which is intangible, okay? You are having the tangible equivalent of that food, all right? And you are blessing that food. You are telling God to bring forward that any pain energy that chicken has had or animal has had, and you're bringing it back to them. And now the body becomes purified through spirit, all right? So, no, you're not eating a soul if you're consuming chicken, all right? Let me just go back up here again. Okay, here's one from Azita. Azita says, Brad, why do some people feel the Lion's Gate energy portal more and some people feel it less? And also, can you please not stop channeling Adronis? We will miss him. For those of you who may not know what Azita is talking about, yesterday on Facebook, I was just talking about a consideration of saying, because I'm moving so much more deeply into God teachings, into spirit teachings in that way, that I was considering the idea of maybe hanging up the channeling at the end of the year. But I'm not, so don't worry about it, because I really wanted to focus a lot more on working with spirit and bringing that forward as well, too. But because there is so much love and support, and I even talked to Adronis about this personally last night, Adronis is going to continue into 2021, okay? There's basically going to be monthly webinars with him each month, and that's pretty much going to be the extent of how I'm going to continue to channeling him. I'm not going to be doing private sessions after the end of the year, so because I'm going to be focusing on a lot of other things. I'm doing a lot more deeper inner work with myself, more than I've ever done before. But there's going to be a lot of availability for me. I'll still be doing some chats with you guys. I'll still be doing some group sessions with you guys as well too. Again, Adronis will be coming through every month. And even if people want to, in those group chats, talk to Adronis, I'll bring them through, right? So that's not a problem. So you don't have to worry about that. But I was contemplating the idea of hanging up the channeling by the end of the year. But that's not happening. So, and I wanted to go to the people because it's all about how all of us have had connection with Adronis and how he has worked together with many of us. And it really is a group choice. It's not really my choice because all of us have had connections with him. And I'm happy to be a continued conduit if I feel that it's still necessary for that to be done. And it is. So I am going to still continue to do it with him, but it just may not be as frequent in 2021 as it has been in the past. Okay? So that's what Azita is talking about, what I put on Facebook yesterday. Okay, so let me go back to your question here. Why do some people feel the Lionsgate energy portal more and some people feel it less? Well, let me basically give you an analogy as well too. Say a person who has very, very strong, sturdy skin, okay, and I'm able to pinch them. Now, a person may not even feel that pinch whatsoever. Their skin is very, very sturdy, okay? I go up to another person. Their skin is very fair, very soft, very gentle. I go like this, ouch, right? Well, did you both not feel a pinch? Yeah, but for me, my skin's very, very strong. Oh, for me, it was light as a feather, etc. Well, there you go. That's the same answer, Azita. Do you feel the pinch on the skin? All right. Some people do because they have very fair, lovely, openly soft skin, right? And they feel that pinch very, very subtly, very vividly in that way. It's very, very gentle and they can feel that and it becomes intense for them. Some people are more thick-skinned. They're more rough-skinned, and they're not able to feel that pinch. I mean, you have to say pinch harder. Okay, that's the nature in regards to each other's energy. Okay, when you are basically opening yourself up intuitively, there are certain levels of, as we could say, sensitivity relating to that nature of intuition. Some people may take a little bit more energy before they can even feel anything. Right? Those can be the rough-skinned people. And there are those in that sense who are the soft-skinned people who can feel it just like a breeze in the air, right? Like a feather being carried on the wind. Okay? That's how everybody is. Everybody's a unique snowflake, all right? So the 8-8 energy, yes, it's a powerful gateway in that sense. It's basically working together with convergence. But some people will feel it and some people won't. That's how it's always been, right? People, again, will practice this because some people have very sensitive and open hearts. Some people's hearts are a little bit more rough, a little bit more thick, and need a little bit more pressure applied before they can actually feel that pinch. So in the simplest way of that analogy, that's what I can share about that. Okay? Okay, so this is really a question, and I'll explain it firstly. Nanda says, hello, Brad. Can Adronis share this perspective on a time frame as to when our true self will be merging with ourselves? Now, I know exactly what Adronis would say because he's been given this question before. That is an impossible question to answer. Okay? Everybody is going to be going into their own true selves at their appropriate time in that way, right? I'm not even at my level of true self yet, right? I'm just beginning to feel the power of God within myself, that I'm basically creating a body temple, and that my body temple goes to praise, it goes to blessing, it goes to love, it goes to compassion, it goes to worship of the God within me, of looking into the true Christ teachings, right? I'm not even there yet, okay? There's no timeline for that, right? And we basically just ask these questions because they're not really important, right? They're only asked because there's intellectual curiosity about that. And I get that, and that's fine. Because we all want to feel within ourselves, oh, you know what? I hope that the entire world just wakes up brilliantly in their true selves. All right? Here's the thing. It's not your business to know that, right? It's not your business to feel like you need to peer into the affairs of a person to say that, oh, look, they've been aligned with their true selves. So what? Good for them. That's great. They're going to enjoy that journey, right? But you have your own true self. So what I say is you focus on yourself. Focus on your true self. Focus on how far you want to go. Do not concern about when the whole world is going to awaken at once, right? For the idea of even just a summary, for the idea of 8 billion people upon this planet where the great majority of people are not even looking at this, right? you're looking at a very, very long time. Okay, you're looking at something that could be well within the millions of years. But that still would not relate to a certain timeline, because everybody is going to go through their own shifts. Everybody's going to go through their own stuff to move themselves into a true self, a higher self, Christ consciousness, to be one with God, right? That's going to be in their own way. So it's not just for us to peep through their room and say, "Oh, hey, have you enlightened yourself yet? Have you ascended yet? What's going on?" It's not your business. It's not for you to be concerned of, right? So you're taking that and you're throwing it away, because again, this is all just food for thought, really, or thought for food, and looking at these things that really do not concern you. So everybody is going to have their own moment of great awakening, of great transformation, of moving into their true nature. But it's not for us to basically pinpoint that on a generic level to determine that, because that really can't be done. All right. Thank you again for your question, nonetheless. All right, let's move on. Okay, here's a nice thank you from Nan. Nan says, "I thank you so much, Brad, and to all your listeners for sending healing love energy to and surrounding my grandson, Skylar. God bless." So you're welcome. And I'm glad many people are doing that as well, too, right? We're all in this together, right? And that's not a catchphrase. That's not something for a pandemic. That's the true nature, is that we are truly in this together. And as we work together and help each other out, incredible things will happen. So we have a lot of loving, open, compassionate people here that are willing to help, right? So I'm glad that they're here. Okay, well, here's kind of a question relating to cards. So there is the youth card, of course, I've talked about, the divine youth body symbol right here. Okay, so not sure if you guys can see that. Well, I gotta pull up the camera so I can see it. There we go. All right, so yes, that is the divine youth body symbol. And somebody is asking if it's possible if we can put an amplifier card. No, guys, you don't need an amplifier card on the divine youth body, simply because it's more so of a permission slip of intention of command. When you're working with these cards here, okay, that's a different story. Okay, these are specifically calibrated to working together with amplifier cards, because this one, again, per se, is working on your liver. All right, this one per se is working on, oh, there's an amplifier. There we go. So here's an amplifier, here's a liver enhancer. Okay, so if I put those two together with the amplifier behind it, that energy is now going to start amplifying all the codes together with a liver enhancer to go deeper and to work deeper into the physical body. Okay, when you're working with the divine youth body, this is a permission slip. Okay, so it's much more of an affirmation contained in the card, and a permission slip in that way. Now, the healing code card's a little bit more different, which means you don't have to believe in them for them to work. Okay, that's not necessary, right? You just put them upon your body, you look at them, you put them by your water, you start drinking it down, it works, okay? Permissions aren't really necessary for the healing code cards. But when you're working with the divine youth body, this is kind of like an affirmation contained in a symbol, right? So just like any other affirmation would require your permission. And that's exactly what the divine youth body does. So it's taking all of those permission slips, that affirmation itself, and putting it together in a symbol. So it's like a symbol that doesn't require words, right? This is why it's a little bit different than the healing code cards. Now, no, you do not really need an amplifier for it, because it's already serving its purpose relating to its nature about how it was created. It's very much taking like the affirmation that is in Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East with Volume 1, where they talk about the youth body, okay? And it's the essence of all of that put into a symbol form, but it's still a permission slip. So one has to do with permission and affirmation. The other doesn't with the healing code cards. They just work together. They don't even need your permission, and they will work, okay? Because that's how they've been configured. But the divine youth body has been configured with the idea of permission, okay? So you don't need an amplifier for that. That's the difference. Okay, thank you for your question. We're going to take one more question here, and then we're going to wrap up. So I'm going to kind of look for a good one. Okay, I think this is a good one to end on. I think I can basically cover this one. Hi, Brad, Adronis question. The Masters of the Far East undergo a small, medium, or full rainbow body ascension. Does this mean we will take our bodies with us during the event? Now, from what I've read with the Masters of the Far East book, they don't refer to it in any particular way as a rainbow body. Okay. Basically, they're looking at themselves as going into sitting on the Christ throne. They are becoming Christs, right? That is basically how they see it. Now, there have been some other masters that have talked about rainbow body in that way. Now, the Tibetan perspective or the Taoist perspective relating to that is that an immortal body is growing inside you because of your practice, often in the Taoist faith, that brings forward this body. There's a lot of nurturing, there's a lot of love, there's a lot of work with the body, but there's a lot of love given to yourself, there's a lot of love given to your spirit. And this can also be done with like Qigong practice as well too. And they notice that they actually become spiritually pregnant, right? And as they become spiritually pregnant, they start to feel this other body growing inside themselves, okay? Now, Jesus has also talked about the idea of resurrection, about you being born a second time, okay? And that this primarily happens as well too by you realizing God within yourself. And when the physical body transitions, you actually do work in spirit to bring about the second body that is born of spirit, right? This is why Jesus says everybody is born a second time. You have to be born a second time in order for you to see the kingdom of God, right? To go to God in that way, to be God in that way, okay? So, rainbow body is just the idea of an effect. It is the appearance in that way. But that is, again, kind of more like the idea of a Christ body, right? You are basically moving yourself into where that resurrected body or that immortal body becomes alive. So some people can see it as a rainbow body. Some people can see it as a golden body. Some people can see it as a physical body that has a very strong aura around it in that way. But basically what's happening is that you're becoming a Christ, right? You're becoming the embodiment of the higher self. The higher self and the Christ are basically one and the same, right? So the higher self or the highest self would be seen as your perfect self, right? The idea of Christ would be the idea of a perfect self who knows God, who communicates with God, who is God, okay? The higher self is the same thing. The rainbow body is the same thing. The Tibetan or Taoist immortal body is the same thing, okay? They're all the same things, but they can be brought forward in different ways. There's many roads to God in that way. So one example that they give in the book is that they have completely purged all signs of mortal debris within themselves, right? Their mortal affairs are done, are concluded with. They no longer have that within themselves, and they live each moment as God. And as you do that, you become a radiant consciousness. You become a radiant body. Your body can now shift back into any age that you want. And from another person, they may see you as this bright, radiant, luminescent body. Maybe you do have a rainbow spectrum around you, or a golden spectrum, or a white spectrum around you. But nonetheless, what that is being said is that from your perspective, you're not glowing. It's only from another person's perspective that they're actually seeing you glow. You're not glowing, right? You can look at your hand just like this, and it just looks like the hand every single day of your life. From another person's perspective, they see this amazing, incredible aura around your hand because they are seeing that you are elevating yourself on a higher vibratory frequency, becoming this second body, right? So basically, whether you're referring to as the resurrected body that Jesus talks about, or whether you're looking at the rainbow body, the golden body of light, the immortal body, in that way, there's many different names for it, right? But they're all the same thing. So like I said, there's many different paths to God. So from that particular perspective, you see yourself as eternally perfect, right? This is how masters are able to walk through fire. It's how masters are able to transport themselves instantly from going down the valley to go all the way up to the top of the mountain within a second, right? From their perspective, they're able to go there right away, right? It's the idea that they're here and then they're there. It's no big deal to them. But to us, it feels amazing. If we see a master walking through a wall, we see a master walking through fire, we see a master walking across hot coals, not bothering them one bit. We see a master walking on water, right? To them, this is natural. This is a natural thing. If they basically say, holy crap, I'm doing this, well, then they're actually going to get on fire. They may actually put themselves on fire. They may, again, sink into the water that they were walking on, right? They try and go through a wall and they bump their heads because they get ego coming in. Holy crap, I'm doing this. Holy crap, this is amazing. And instantly that vibration goes away because you are aligned to sensationalism. right? You're looking into the sensationalism vibration, which is a mortal affair, okay? So they don't see that. They don't see anything in regards to what they do as a mortal affair in any way. There's no mortal struggle relating to what they do. It's natural. It's natural for them to appear anywhere. It's natural for them to bilocate. It's natural for them to levitate. It's natural for them to appear in anywhere they want to go or to walk on water, etc. That's a natural thing for them, right? And that they can lift their frequency so much, so high, that they can disappear from another's perceived reality, because we are not on that vibration. It's all vibration and frequency and energy, guys. It's all this is. It's nothing really special, right? From our perspective, hey, it looks cool because we're looking at things in a physical degree. From them, this is all just natural. It's no more different than them getting up and going for a walk, right? And they can do these things. They are not amazed by what they do, right? They see how other people are amazed by what they do, but they say that's only because you guys haven't worked with your mortal bodies. You haven't cleaned all this out. Once you clean this out, you're going to realize just how natural all this is. It's no big deal. Right? Because we're all gods. We're all living gods within ourselves. Just as Adronis said earlier, you are gods in training, looking to become fully established gods. So from their perspective, no, this is old hat. This is natural for everything that I'm able to do. You're just blown away from it because you've never seen anything like that in Western society, right? Western society is too intellectual. They're too technically minded. They're too robotic. And they haven't seen things like this. When you're going into the Far East, you're looking at the pure mystical, the pure spiritual, the pure nature of God, and all of these people that are, again, 100 years old, 200 years old, 1,000 years old, that have been able to live through these youth bodies, because there is not a sign of mortal affairs within them whatsoever. None of that mortal struggle is there. All of that's been cleared out. So the mortal dilemmas are gone. So when you start living together in that way, you can do these incredible things, but to you, they're not incredible. They're just natural. There is no supernatural, right? Everything is just natural. There is no physical consciousness, subconsciousness, superconsciousness. Those are ladders and those are subdivisions, right? The masters are actually turned off by that idea, that everything is one. There is one consciousness. There is one God, and that's it. And you start working with that one consciousness. You start working with that one God. You start looking with that one beingness. That's all there is. All there is God. And that's their true nature about how they live. And it is amazing. To me, being a Westerner, it is amazing, right? But as I start doing these things a lot more over time, when I first learned how to channel, I was blown away by that. And I was getting all this really great information. I was writing it down on the page, and I was so excited about that. But as I did it more, no big friggin' deal. It's natural to me, right? When I go and I channel Adronis, it's no big deal. It's natural to me, right? When I'm basically going into spirit and all this information is coming out, when I'm doing work, distant healing on it, it's no big deal, right? But when I first started, yeah, oh my God, I was excited. I was doing cartwheels. My God, I have a superpower. I have a super abilities and all this stuff, right? Because that's the mortal body trying to dictate what it is that's actually happening here. And then you learn to mature from that. You learn to outgrow those types of mentalities. So again, we get caught up into that because we're so used to a physical life. We're so used to a technical reality. We're so used to intellectualism, right? And we are working to clear all that out. Now, this is not a path for everybody. Some people love intellectualism to death, and you can go ahead and love it. Do I love it? Not really, because I used to be a very intellectual guy. I'm much more into the idea of bonding with God, of being with God, of working together as the masters have worked together. So yes, I tolerate intellectualism in that sense, but no, I would not say I'm a fanboy of it. To me, it's not interesting anymore. It's more boring than anything else. So when you go into this true nature and you start working with God, that's just the true reality. There is a love and appreciation with it. You're not envying it. Right? You're not over the top and saying, hey, cool, man, I got superpowers. I'm like one of the X-Men now or something like that. Right? And all that nonsense. No, you become very humble over it. It's something that makes you feel wonderful inside, and it's natural to you, and it's beautiful, and this is the true life. And that's how I see it. Okay? I can't speak for everybody else, but that's how I see it altogether. So to answer your question, that's the nature of a lot of the rainbow body effect and ascension in that way. But really, ascension just is the idea of us becoming Christ, of us becoming perfect beings, of us clearing away all of the mortal debris within ourselves and becoming perfected with God. That's the idea of true ascension. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody, for all of your questions today. If I didn't get around to you, I apologize, but we're kind of a few minutes over here. So again, I'll be back next week with Empathic Interfacing Live. So with Empathic Interfacing Live, Athena will be here. I'll be doing some empathic interfacing with her, teaching you guys again how to do that as well. And Rayar will also be coming through for a light language transmission as well. All right. So again, I will see you guys next Friday. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care.